You may be a mime, but they can't silence you!
Theme. It is only in season 4 that Ladybug begins to take precautions so no one can follow her home. The sin here is not for Ladybug's carelessness, but for Gabriel, a full-grown adult, somehow not figuring out Ladybug's identity much sooner. Did this video just play Ladybug's Lucky Charm theme? Is this suggesting that this music was actually diegetic this whole time? What about all the times Ladybug needed to summon a Lucky Charm quietly? Where does the music even come from? Her yo-yo? Why would it do this in the first place? Was this just a mistake made by the audio engineers? So many questions, so few explanations.
Aren't you Alya, the girl who writes the blog about me? The lady blog.
What you did for Alya today was very cool, Marinette.
Tiki, who is constantly shown to be ultra dramatic when it comes to Ladybug's secret identity, is surprisingly okay with this decision, despite it being a terrible one. Linking Ladybug to Marinette's best friend, who has already almost figured out Ladybug's identity on multiple occasions, is just a disaster waiting to happen.
Ladybug knows me! My blog!
Seeing how Ladybug has saved you personally, fought with you as a supervillain, and dealt with both you and your classmates on multiple occasions, it'd be a little weird if she didn't recognize you. This pigeon mimicking Alya is a cute little detail that I almost missed. So this sin is for making me feel just as blind as the Parisians. That was a joke, by the way. As anyone who has ever used a smartphone will tell you, that video was sent to the trash folder, and is still recoverable. Not only that, there were many other cameras on scene. Even if this perspective was gone, there are still plenty of other videos out there that captured what happened just fine. This is not nearly as dramatic as Marinette thinks it is. Cute as that was, Marinette was holding the hat directly, which implies there are holes in the invisible box for her arms, and that's just ridiculous.
Hello,
Fred, where are you?
Yes, I had to pick up my hat.
I need you here now!
It's not an excuse. I know the bus is leaving in less than a half hour. I'll be there.
What editor spliced together these audio tracks? They don't even remotely sound like they're talking to each other. Remember when your mother told you, if you keep making that face, it's going to get stuck that way? Well, she was right, and Fred's eyebrows constantly snapping back into place like this is proof of that.
He had to pick up his hat from a repair shop. At least that's what he said.
That is not what he said. He simply said he had to pick up his hat. You're the one who assumed it was from a repair shop, but it's equally as likely that he left it at home. This hat must be glued to Chris's head. I can think of no other explanation as to why it hasn't fallen off.
Actually, he is a great actor, but he's always making excuses for why he's late. Look, you're his understudy. Just be ready to take his place in case something happens, okay?
There's no need to tell him he's the understudy. He already knows that. I know you were only doing it for my sake, but I'd rather you just let me figure it out for myself, thank you very much.
Hey, that's my ringtone.
What kind of psychopath hangs up on another person's phone?
That was my mom. I'll call her back later.
What kind of psychopath doesn't call their mother back immediately, especially after their friend hung up on her?
Wait! Your bag's still open. All good.
Mylène clearly sees Marinette steal Alya's phone and yet doesn't say anything about it. Probably because she recognizes main character drama when she sees it. The pictures displayed on their phones are pictures of themselves, which implies they either switched phones or for some reason have their own picture as the other person's contact photo.
No, this is Chris. Sarah asked me to call you with a last-minute location change. The bus is picking us up in 10 minutes in front of the Louvre Pyramid.
And this is the point where Fred calls his manager to confirm this last-minute change relayed to him by an obviously jealous understudy. Chris gets fired, and the show goes on as intended. Communication. Isn't it just wonderful? Why do they even need to take a bus? They could all just meet at the Eiffel Tower, right? Seems like a lot of time and money wasted just to travel across town.
Hey, Mylène, you want to see the most amazorific video?
No!
Yeah, Marinette's right. I gotta get going.
I'll walk out with you and show it to you on the way.
All right, see you later.
Wait, I have to show you my awesome
Alya, you were supposed to show her the video while you were walking. Stopping to show her defeats the purpose of leaving the bakery with her in the first place. Not like that was a good excuse anyway, since the video is barely 2 seconds long.
All I need to do is transform into Ladybug and film myself doing the exact same thing in the exact same place, and then I'll give it right back.
That is literally impossible, and no sane person would ever consider this to be a real option. Marinette is not well. That, or she actually thinks Alya somehow won't notice a lack of reporters in the background of the new video, as well as the absence of her own voice. The transformation music is too long. Not entirely sure how they managed to mess that up. And it's not like it was a stylistic choice either, because they didn't do that for Cat Noir.
Sarah, where are you? But I'm on time, in front of the pyramid. I thought the meeting place had changed, but Chris said—
I don't care.
And this is the moment where Fred, instead of saying whatever nonsense he just said, tells Sarah, Chris told me the meeting place had changed. Chris gets fired, and the show goes as intended. Communication. The perspective of these butterflies is just terrible. These butterflies are so small they practically don't exist.
I'm giving you the power to make whatever you gesture come to life.
This power is much more than just anything he pantomimes comes to life. This is a godlike ability to alter the very fabric of reality. Way to undersell it, Hawkmoth.
Are you okay?
In a collision, modern cars are designed to crumple in order to absorb as much energy as possible. This is done so that same energy isn't transferred into the passengers' fragile bodies. Not only is this car poorly designed, its invincibility has killed poor Roger. Except no, he's totally fine because this is still a kid's show.
Mr. April? If there's something ticking you off, we can talk about it, you know.
I guess quantum masking must have erased Ladybug's direct recognition of Fred from Hawkmoth's mind, as well as her later mention of his daughter's name.
I don't know what's made you this violent, but I don't think your daughter, Milan, would approve.
As he never tries to figure out how Ladybug knows this random performer well enough to recognize him immediately, know his name, and be aware of his family situation. And yes, I'm still angry about that. I will never forgive. These arrows only exist within Mime's mind, which means he missed a perfectly stationary Ladybug on purpose, which is kinda sweet, but also incredibly dumb.
My dad's flaking, isn't he? Let me guess, something came up?
Yes, but he has reserved the best seats in the house for you, Adrian. Front row.
As usual.
The car being partway to the Eiffel Tower without Gabriel in it, along with Hawkmoth clearly waiting in his secret lair for an akumatization, are all clues that Gabriel never had any intention of attending the play in the first place. Here's yet another sin for Gabriel's terrible parenting.